Hey everyone, almost down the driveway to the van to get one of our essentials that may not be necessary for everybody that is doing something similar that we're doing, but could be if you decide to incorporate a generator in your sustainability. Some people, they want to have a temporary or permanent adventure, and so they decide to go to the forest. Some people, they want a homestead. They want to go off the grid, which is a very popular term right now. Or maybe they just want to save a few bills and decide not to use all of the many resources that we do have access to, but don't necessarily need. It's more of a luxury. A lot of things are luxuries. And I'm not saying like the old term kind of luxuries. It's more like we take it for granted the fact that you could flip on a switch and turn on a light. You could walk into the house and already have it set at a temperature in which you're cool enough or warm enough or hot enough, depending upon how you like to have it. And I don't want to get too derailed off of what I really initially came to do, but it's really crazy that I've come so far in my learning process that I never thought that I'd be where I'm at right now, let alone gonna reach further. But the exciting thing is that through this process, no matter what's taking place, what I've done right or wrong, I'm learning and I'm growing. And my goal has changed some than it used to be. A long time ago, a very, very long time ago, like I'm an adolescent long time ago, I wanted to be there for others. I wanted to be what others weren't for me, okay? And I grew from that. I grew from the mentality of seeking potential to assist, to realizing that not everybody deserves your help, your love, your energy, or your support. And then as I grew and I learned, I still was a supportive, humbled individual that liked to help others, even though I definitely have always stood 10 toes flat for whatever I believe in and definitely stood by principle. I just changed a lot of my ways. So I adapted to the changing times. I realized and recognized that with the changing times, people change as well. Just because I decide to stay the same doesn't mean that anybody else is. And I had to keep that in mind, but it wasn't easy because some people genuinely seem like they need your help. Like, I need to help them. And you know what's crazy is I've never been that kind of obvious person. Like, you wouldn't just meet me and say, oh, she's the kind that would just do anything for you, because you don't put all of your best attributes out for everyone to take advantage of. That's not the kind of person I was. I'm just kind of being, in my humbled version right now, wearing my heart on my sleeve to talk to you guys. But the point is that as I grew and I adapted, and the point of this video is that I am at the stage now where I have to stop overthinking where my next direction will be and move forward. Because as much as I preach to my children about how we walk forward, we don't walk backwards, we cannot live in the past, is just as much as it's necessary to practice what I preach. I made it out the driveway, so I'm in a place where it's very, very, very necessary to make sure you do one of these, okay? You don't want to have any type of issues with them folks. That's all I'm going to say. All right, so now that I have the phone mounted, my seatbelt has been applied, I'm going to go ahead and continue. And the real thing that I want everyone to understand, to hear me about, dang, I wish I could have recorded that because that was so crazy. Can I have like a small derailment? If anybody has ever watched me and I get into my moment, I just go with my flow. The problem is that that's one of the overthinking things that I have right now, that in my flow, I get distracted, never necessarily negatively, but however, it gets to the point where it's like, oh, I meant to be doing this. I was supposed to be doing this. I was supposed to be talking about this. And now I'm over here with this. Dang, I was supposed to. Well, everything happens for a reason. You know, as seemingly as a coincidence may be, it's not necessarily a coincidence. So, being that said, when I get to a different point of my conversation on my topic, I feel like that it was meant for that time, that purpose. It was purposeful for its time. So I do apologize, no filter, okay? So when I mess up, I'm not going to edit. I'm not going to go and rewind and take out anything because of the fact that I want to be the authentic version of myself no matter what, even if it's on camera. Authentic, uncut, unfiltered, unedited version of myself. And that's how I can live in my best version. Because no matter what anybody feels, no matter what anyone's opinion is, it's so important to remain true to thyself. What makes you happy and you thrive, to take care of you, feeds you, clothes you, do for you, is what is most important. If you decide to go out there and share your life, if you decide to go out there and share your story, if you go out there deciding to help anyone or support anyone or doing anything, even though you're going out your way in, you know, most times a positive manner to assist others, to support others, to get your voice out there, which matters, people are going to have their opinion. People are going to have something to say. People are going to disagree. People may agree. There's no telling what could occur once you post whatever you've done. So that's just a little advice, that you have to have thick skin, okay? And you can't allow others' opinions to matter, because some of those opinions, they're not even real. It's just someone that is so unhappy with their self that they couldn't even imagine or fathom being you. So they're going to hate on you and knock you the best way that they know how to, in the most negative aspect they can, because it works for them. What happened was I was pulling out the driveway, and I seen a car pulling out its driveway, which is a few doors down, and then it stopped at the end of the driveway, almost out of its driveway into the street, which could have been for whatever reason. But what made it real weird is that I pulled over because I needed to do my seatbelt. I got out the driveway and I needed to put the phone on the carrier so I'm not holding on to it, so I ever have my talk time while I'm driving. And then they pulled out some more, like they were going to proceed to leave, thinking I was leaving. However, when I stopped, they stopped. So they're sitting in the street real weird. And then when I started to go, that's when they inched out and started driving. Like, what you got going on? Anyways, that was my moment when I had to speak on distractions, because it's real. I told myself that I needed to stop overthinking, okay? Back on topic. And I needed to go ahead and just project whatever it is that I needed to spread. My message needed to be, out there, whatever it is, because it's coming from a genuine place. And that was that if I could help anyone, save anyone from half of the things that have occurred to me, half of the things that I've had to experience, I would do so in a heartbeat, because you never know what you've gone through that another person could genuinely, really thrive from. And it's so important that when we make mistakes, we don't necessarily push those mistakes on to another person. Why not save the next person from that mistake so they can learn from what is going on? Can I turn my camera around? Man, let me see if I can turn my camera around, because I just passed the police, so let me see. I'm going to have to pause this video. I so apologize. Look at this. What is this? Oh, my bad. This is crazy. I'm just looking. I hope there's not the police. Oh, no, it's not. Be prepared to stop. Oh, my gosh. Look, I just wanted to come out, get some gas for the generator, because I know that I need to explain a lot of the situations. I know that I need to, give my best advice to help others so they don't have to make the same mistakes. But let me tell you, I'm going to bypass all of that and up to now, okay? Like, I know that I need to break down my pictures and my videos and put them into, time categories. So like part 1, part 2, whatever. I know I need to do all of that. I know it. And I know this is getting long and I'm going to get cut short. I already know. Excuse me. But the gas for the generator, that essential that we have, is because of the fact that it has gotten so hot outside, okay? So with the heat and the humidity, it feels crazy in the house. Thank you. And so because of that, I have different sets of solar panel, different sets of forms of energy that runs from solar in order to power whatever, okay? And some of those are fans and a it's not an air conditioning unit. We have an air conditioning unit. I don't know what to call it, but it pumps out really good cool air, especially if you put like ice or water. I need to do a video on that because boy, it has saved us so many times, especially with little ones that get hot really easy. But the thing is when I need to go out of town, see, that comment was just thrown out there too loosely. When I need to travel a long distance, that's what I should have said. I know that as a backup method, I need to always have the generator full with gas, just in case that the teenagers or whoever's at the house, if they need for whatever reason to cut on the power, to charge anything, to plug anything up for any type of anything that they need, they'll have the ability to do so with a pull of a cord. And it's become an essential. I have gotten all over the place. I'm definitely going to post this as is, and I definitely need to take notes on myself so that I can get back on track onto where I'm at. I know that I missed out on a lot of I wanted to say, but I've actually reached my location. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get this gas, and I'm going to go ahead and hit y'all with the peace, love, and light. I hate to be a light.